which corresponds to this precedence table using that most two dummies. Two dummies allowed only. Ready? So let's start off with 0. So node 0. All right, who's feeding out node 0? Anybody? O and P. Okay. I'll draw 2 more circles. Now, O and P done. Who comes out of this one? Anybody say Q? Q? Now, I've already made a mistake here. Can anybody tell me what my mistake might be here? Huh? So I did Q, but what's the problem? It wants O and Q for, ever see R? R wants O and Q. So yeah, that would be logical. So we flip Q into the direction of up this way, don't we? Agreed? Now, you'll see a problem in a second. I'm actually certain I did this with the 5th years as well. Okay. I'd send R out of here. Is that okay? Now, what's the other problem? S is dependent on O. Would you agree with that? And I put S here. Sorry, S and R. I've made a mistake. Can anybody tell me what my mistake is? I'm giving off the impression that S needs O and Q done when it doesn't. Does that make sense? It doesn't need O and Q. Only R needs O and Q. So do you see how that's a mistake? That I'm giving off the impression that S needs O and Q before it can happen. Now that we all know what the mistake is, what are we going to do about it? So I'm going to go back a few steps. I'm going to go back before I made that mistake. And I'm going to go, all right, no. All right, let's think about this again. Ideally, originating after O would be S. And S will just, S is currently correct, isn't it? It only depends on O. I could draw a dummy line feeding into P, and then P can now kick out R, can't it? Oh, wait. No. I need Q. Sorry. Yeah, these are hard. I'm going to put out Q. And this one's O and Q. So I'm going to put the dummy line this way. Is that okay now? So that's O and Q feeding into this node. And who comes out of that node? Which letter? R. Finally, the birth of R. Now I'm down this far. This is going to be fun. Who comes out of S? T and U. That's T. Oh, I keep doing that. I always put the letter at the end when I'm not meant to. That's T and that's U. Flip them. What are you calling for a flip? You can see RT further down the line. That's great sight. So I've been told to flip that. So what was that a second ago? It was U and T, wasn't it? So you want T on the bottom and U on the top. Okay. I know you guys can't do this in the test, but I'm gonna. That is not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was drag the whole thing downwards, because you want to leave space above and below to work with. Now, what are we going to do with R and T? We're going to converge them into one node. Is that okay? Now, what did I do? Have I done T and U yet? I have. Have I done V? No. V, you can appear out of U. Done. W, you can appear out of R and T. Done. Now, X wants what? It wants U and W. Okay. It wants U and W. What do I need to do there? Dummy line from U. So that's now feeding U and W into the one node, isn't it? And what then? What kicks out at X and Y? Would you agree with that? Look, U and W feeds X and Y. Now, I'm obviously making a mistake here. Now, what happens then? Phi and Y want to go to the same. Phi and Y want to go to the same node, don't they? So what should I do with my Y? Anybody? I'm going to feed Y up this way. You're probably wondering why I'm doing it in this angle. It's a bit like playing football. I'm trying to free up the angle for the true ball, the pass down the wing in a second. Okay. Now, who has to end in the same zone? Z. Z is dependent on, so Z comes out here. And what other letter? X. Now, how do I know Z and X are, that's terrible looking. Huh? No, trust me. I'll get it for you in a second. So, Phi and Y converge and move Z out. And then I have an end circle. Now, do you know how you know which two end up in the sync node? Which two letters are not present, as in they're not, sorry, which two letters do you notice aren't here? Which two letters are not present in this list? X and Z. That's how you know they're the end, because X and Z aren't there. Now, how many nodes do I have? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that'd be number 9, won't it? Which one should be number 8? I think it has to be this one. Why? Because it's feeding upwards into it, isn't it? So that'd have to be 7. The two of these are equal, aren't they? So 5 and 6, or 6 and 5, whichever one you want. U seems to be higher on the alphabetical order than the TUV, so I might just give that the higher one. Call that one 6 and call this one 5. What about these two here? QRSTUV, so I might call S3 and this one 4. Is there any problem with that? I think we're good. And then 1 and 2, which was O and P, so 1 and 2.